All right. Welcome to the Eye in the Sky Media, where we shine light on life, growth, and real conversations that matter. I'm your host, Idrianna Bowleg, and today is a special episode, my very first episode, and I'm joined by someone who's close to my heart, my second oldest, my love bug, Idrianna Bowleg, who's 23 years old, and a fine arts major at Florida A&M University. Her journey has been unique, graduating high school during the pandemic, starting college remotely at Spelman, changing majors, and navigating campus life with purpose and resilience. Today, we're diving into what it's like being a young woman in today's world, from balancing academics and social life to the realities of being away from home and preparing for senior year. So let's get into it. So can you just tell us a little bit about even like preparing for college, like SATs, ACTs, and then you had a couple of options of schools that you had intended on going to. Can you tell us a little bit about that process?
So for me, I kind of understood what I needed to do to get into the schools by using College Board. And that's like where you sign up to take your SATs and ACTs and stuff like that. And also like if you do like AP courses and you take the test, like that's where you get your grades from and stuff. But they also have like other resources for like applying to schools, and I got like waivers from them as well. So with that, I kind of was just like following what I was understanding and like looking up the specific school that I wanted to get into, like what they required, like SATs and stuff like that, and what are they called? Like your essay, your college essay, if you needed supplemental essays for this or that. That I kind of just was, I don't know. I think I overthought it, but like I still had a lot to think about. Like it was like I was overthinking certain things, but like some things I could have just relaxed on, other things I could have pushed harder with. Prepping for SATs, I used Khan Academy to do that, and it was okay. Not the greatest test taker, because SATs is really just, to test. It's not only a test of your knowledge, it's more a test of do you understand how to take the SATs. I got it enough that I got into a good school, but like, I don't know. I didn't really think I shined the best in the SATs, but I did it and I signed up for it. I just knew I wanted to go to school, so I was just like, okay, what do I need to do? And then I did the things.
I do want some of our younger listeners, especially those who are junior and senior year in high school, to at least know the site collegeboard.org.
I think. Or
Yes.
.com. Or is it .org?
.org, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, collegeboard.org. It's definitely beneficial to be familiar with the site because they give not only SAT testing sites, the cost of the SATs, and obviously the dates and times.
And they release the score to your school. Whoever you want to send the score to, that's how you like do it, and they tell you your score as well. So.
Yeah. Because I saw that substitute at Millville High School that a lot of our kids, not only do they not understand why they need to take a SAT, they don't even know like about the site and all of its benefits.
Yeah.
So they did connect you with Khan Academy on there too as well, right?
They did. I think they did. I don't really remember. I just knew I was using it for other stuff as well. Like when I was doing pre-calc and stuff, I was struggling. So I was already using that. I've been using it for a while. I've always like struggled with math, so I've been using Khan Academy for a while. But they also like they go from like kindergarten stuff all the way up until SAT stuff. So it's kind of a wide range. So I used it for the SAT prep. And things away, I would swipe them off. I didn't like people seeing me like struggle. So like if you're doing the sport, people are gonna see you struggle. Like obviously, like if you don't make the basket or if you fall or if you're not,
it's gonna happen.
Redirection. Like I don't want anybody to see that happening to me because it's like don't watch me fail.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like that.
And I think that's what I like about sports. Like it teaches you life. Like you're gonna lose. You're going to fail if it's, especially in football or whatever, not get a first down, maybe fumble, throw an interception, lose the game. Even like you may not get the position that you intended to get. There's limited positions and a lot of people competing for them. So that's what I like about the sport. It does teach life. So I get it. I get it. You know, I wasn't a brainiac. She's one of my smarter kids.
Supposedly.
Yeah. So all right, let's fast forward. So first year, no, let's go back a step. 15. Harvard.
Okay, yeah. No, I was 16. I got in at 15, but I was 16 when I was there.
She was a new 16-year-old or whatever, and she spent 42 days away from home.
49.
49.
7 weeks.
Yes. Can you just talk about that experience?
Yes, it was a summer school program, and I took 2 courses at Harvard. It's pretty cool. I think it was like really interesting. I had like a taste of college, basically. That's basically what it is, like just to give you like, you know, some type of like insight into like how life is at college. I think it was really interesting, and I think it's like I think you just get to see like how you act in different scenarios and stuff like that. Obviously, like I'm away from my home because it was like 6 hours away driving wise. And you know, I don't know anybody there, so like I, you know, making friends, balancing school, you know,
being on your own,
I guess. Yeah. And
it was hard for her to say goodbye when I
was very emotional.
Yeah.
I was very emotional. And I think that's just because like I like a certain, not consistency, but just like, you know, the same thing, like, okay,
yeah,
I'm at home with my parents, versus like, you know, going away in a sea of all these white people and Asian people. Like, I don't know, like, what is going on right now?
Yeah. So that was an interesting time for me as a father, you know, sending your daughter away and getting there. And when it was time to part ways, my baby just buried her head into my chest. As I was, everybody that knows me knows I like to take pictures and obviously videos. And I'm like, what are you doing?
And I'm just like, bro, like, why are you not letting me hug you? Like, why are you trying so hard to take this picture? Like, I'm obviously crying. Just hug me, please.
I know. I'm like, so I extended my stay. I think we went out to a movie and got something to eat.
Oh, wow, I remember that. I literally had to like go to the bathroom and like calm myself down. I was like, bro, you're gonna be okay. But like, I literally had to like touch earth. Like, I was not feeling it.
And it was tough. So I will say I appreciate the community. It did take some fundraising. Like, a lot of people have the disposable income or money that they set aside for their kids to go and take advantage of opportunities like that. But we didn't. It was something that she brought to us, and
no, it wasn't.
It wasn't? Did I come up with that?
You brought this up to me, yes. Remember, I was like, no, I want to do the Wawa program, but I wasn't old enough. They were like, no, you have to be 16. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to be 16 in time to apply.
So then I found something.
And then you were like, oh, no, you're going to do the Harvard program. I was like, Dad, I do not want to do that. I'm not interested in that.
Hard.
And then you were like, yeah. And then I applied and I got in and I was really happy.
Yes, she applied and she listened. She listened to her father's instruction, but it was challenging for me because I'm like, I don't have the $6,000. I don't have all of it anyway. So it took some fundraising, and I appreciate everybody that supported my daughter going away at such a young age. So on top of that, you know, trying to put funds together to send her away, it's like that separation because, you know, we all have routines. You know, you work, you send your kids off to school, they come home, you ask them questions, you know, you're on like spin cycle. But to have that disrupted and like you're going away for the extended stay and you're hours away, not only was it challenging for her, it was challenging for us. Yeah. So she goes from a PWI, a 49-day experience. Fast forward, she's makes the decision to go where? Spelman. So fast forward 2020.
No, it was 2019. Or no, it was 2020. It was like February because I got in early. Yeah.
But we drove down when it was warm.
That was the next year.
Well, you made the decision and then your freshman year. Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, freshman year was home.
Yeah.
Sophomore year.
That's when we drove down.
Yes, my daughter decided to take the shot. She took the jab. So explain to us, did you take the jab for health reasons or for access? I'll wait.
I wanted to go on campus.
Yes.
So basically, they opened up housing
She went against
for
the G code.
those that had the COVID shot. I think the spring semester of 2021. And then I hadn't gotten it yet, so I was just like, I'm gonna just finish the semester, or finish the year home. And then I was like, for fall, I want to go to campus. So I had the shot over the summer. It was like in July. And that's when I went. It was fine, easy breezy. I got my booster at Morehouse School of Medicine as well.
Shots and boosters. Meanwhile,
For a second shot, I don't know if it was a booster.
meanwhile, her father's fighting the state of New Jersey because I didn't want to take the shot. And I lost my job for it.
And where are you working right now?
Not at that job. They eventually let me come back.
Okay.
Yeah. But I fought, and I didn't have to take a shot or whatever. And she has, let's talk about that because she has a rebel in her too. Me and my daughter would have a lot of heated discussions.
Glad that part's over.
Yes. I think we found better ways to communicate.
I found better ways to communicate. I was like, oh, Dad, that's interesting. And I would just not say anything else. Or I would just be quiet.
So that was the trick?
I just didn't say anything. I was like, I don't think I should respond because I'm not going to have anything productive to say. Or I don't think this conversation would be productive. Also, don't feel like crying or being upset.
Oh, okay. So that was the trick. Oh, I thought it was just she matured. She just found
that was my maturity.
She found a better way to deal with me. I mean, having an opposing view and being able to articulate it, and despite somebody agreeing or whatever, I think that's fair play to me or whatever, you know. So, what I've noticed with my child is she is bullheaded. You're a bull?
I'm a Taurus, so yes.
Taurus or bulls? Yes, she's very bullheaded and
he's crabby because he's a Cancer.
Yeah, whatever that. I don't even know the hand gestures.
I don't know what that was either.
Yeah, but I'll fight, you know, or I will defend my beliefs, and I encourage my kids to as well. I have an open door policy. I mean, I always say this: it doesn't matter if I don't agree. Like, you feel how you feel, you know, but at least articulate it. No.
Facts. What are the facts on that? That's just an opinion. Do you really know that though? Is that really what you think?
Well, I think a lot of our young debaters, it's pure ego. Like, it's just the way I feel versus can you support it with something? Give me something.
And I think sometimes I would just be like, oh, maybe we're just conversating about our opinions. No, this is a factual debate, and I would really like to know. MLA formatted.
Especially, I'm saying if you were passionate about how you felt.
But yes, well, now we don't have to do that anymore.
Yes. Yeah, we're older now. See the grades that come in? Yeah.
Managing, like, actually being away and being, like, older. Because, like, at this point, I'm, like, 19 years old. So, yeah. So, like...
Almost grown.
I don't even think I'm grown. I'm still a baby. So... I feel like I thought I was, but like in the same sense, I kind of thought I wasn't. I don't know. But yeah, so taking classes, managing my time. I don't really think I did a good job at managing my time. Only because I felt so burnt out from being online for so long. Because like starting in like March and then ending in the next year in May, online every day. On Zoom every day, laptop glued to my lap every day. So like
sacrificing. Yeah,
so like the transition from like actually going into classes again too, and then like wearing masks and stuff like that, and all that other stuff. It was like a lot. It was like a learning curve for me. So yeah, and I think what probably would have helped is probably like being more involved in like more clubs and more social groups and stuff like that. And I kind of like liked being in my room. So, but I think overall my experience at Spelman was fine. I think it just made me realize like where a lot of my values are. And
alert. This is when the conversation, the tough conversation as a father, again.
Stop talking like that. It's your professional voice.
Yes, it is. Yes, as a father who sacrificed or rolled their dice or whatever in effort to support your child academically, and then you get the call and then she'll take over from there. You get the call, and it's like,
Just jump
Pops.
to me being at
Pop.
Florida.
Yeah. And we just go to fast forward. It was like, no,
Yes.
you get the call, and your child has to look you straight face and let you know that she has other ideas, but she was very close to the finish line. So you can touch on it before we hop down further south to Florida.
Yeah. So this was my junior year, and I was just like really not feeling this at all. And I was like, I think I just need to change, obviously. So I wasn't really sure what that change would be, but I knew I wasn't going to find it at Spelman. I don't know. I just didn't really feel connected there. And like emotionally and mentally, probably not in the best of places. So I was like, yeah, I need to cut this out. Like, no, I got to do something different. So yeah. So that was like October of 2022. And then April 5th, 2023, I got into Florida A&M University, and that's where I decided to change my major and study art there in Tallahassee, Florida.
That was a challenge, and here we are. So I will say again, as a father, that was a challenge. First of all, like having to accept that your child is reaching out and let you know that they had to change their mind. But I will say what was kind of relieving was she had an alternate plan, and two, when you're young, sometimes things do change. You change your mind, and we all know as we get older, what's best for you. And obviously, as parents, we get tunnel vision. It's like, oh, they're off. And all we're thinking about is like, what are we going to do for graduation or whatever? And things change. And it was a little tough, but here we are. Yeah, we're one step closer to graduation. So now we're going further south. Now we're in Tallahassee. Talk
Florida.
about her. Talk about
pomp and circumstance, but just more pomp. I don't know what it is, but like they have like a bit more pride, and I could feel it like just within like the people that already go there. And I don't say Spelman or like the AUC, the like Atlanta University Center Consortium. Didn't, but I feel like I kind of related more to FAMU's, I guess I could say. I don't know why, but I could. And I just liked it there a little bit better. And, coming from a completely different program and then entering the arts one, it was a very interesting transition, especially with the program being full of like faculty who were practicing artists and very moody themselves. And then like being a transfer student as well, like it was a lot of learning curves, but I liked how challenging it was because it felt like I was becoming more of myself, like diving more so like in learning how to draw, learning like the rules of design.
No history of drawing. You wasn't one of my kids who liked to sketch stuff at the table.
Well, I kind of was. I just would sketch like abstract weird stuff. I didn't really do anything that was like, okay, that looks like something in real life. That looks odd, but it's okay. So yeah, and I think I just like that push, and I like the direction. It was like, coming from like not really knowing how to draw anything and taking drawing one and then ending up like doing some really cool stuff. It was really cool for me, and it made me feel like I was like actually doing something I wanted to continue to do. So yeah, had a good time there. And I will admit, I am a tardy person. You got me there.
Oh, now we.
But let's just say this: there was a quiz that we needed to take. Me and this other boy were not there to take the quiz. Do you know who you reached out to at the end of the semester to take the quiz?
The boy.
He didn't reach out to me. He reached out to him. So I don't know. It's just like he's very weird. Everybody says he's weird. Like other people that actually like him are people that have already had background. Like he's a digital design teacher. He does awesome stuff. He's worked with Netflix. He's done really cool stuff. However, if you haven't already had like an understanding of like how to do digital design and how to work Photoshop, how to work Illustrator, you're kind of going to be teaching yourself how to do all these things, and you're going to be teaching yourself in a way that's like not against him, but like in your own way, because what am I supposed to be doing? Following what you're teaching me, which is nothing. And other people that are like well versed in this are like, he's not really a good teacher. So I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. But anyway, like he was kind of like the bad part of my first year there. And then, drama with friends, stuff like that.
Young people drama. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think like that newfound sense of freedom on being on campus, a parent not to wake you up, to answer to check your grades in real time in person, to dictate you coming and going and how long you stay out or who you hang out with? Do you think sometimes that freedom is too much to manage for young adults on campus?
I wouldn't say it is a lot to manage. I think it's just more so like, I like to, how I manage my time is a reflection of like, like I said, like my values and all that other stuff. So it's like, it's more like, okay, well, if you're not, if you're being late to class, or if you're like, hanging out with your friends too late, like, and that's making you tired or not submitting things on time, like all those certain things that come up in your life, like that is a reflection on you now. It's not somebody you can blame on, like, oh, well, you didn't wake me up or you didn't drop me off on time. Like, this is all,
mom and dad,
it's all coming back to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more so like a realization, like, oh, this is because of me. So this is like more fun now. Like, okay, I manage this time. This is when I hang out with my friends. This is when I do my work. Obviously, this is my class time. This is when I have my little extracurriculars. This is when I go out and take a walk and take pictures of the sunset. Like, It's like you're in charge now. But it's like, as much as it's like a lot, it's like it's fun now because it's all coming back to you. It's no one else that you can like place the blame on. Like, this is time to have fun. Like, this is when I go to class. Like, this is when I go. Like, you schedule it all out. But like, that doesn't just, okay, now I just know that. It's like a learning curve to get to that point.
A little trial and error.
Yeah, a lot of trial and error.
Tardy here.
And then, and I feel
don't hang out with them.
Yeah, I feel like over time you realize like you don't like being the one coming into class. Like, or I didn't like that because I never was that person, especially like in high school, because I was not really like a truant person unless it was like first period. Because I was late.
And then somebody had to take her to school.
Yeah. So.
Me. Yeah.
But that's fine. But no, but like I would be in class though.
Yes.
Just late to homeroom, but I'd be in class.
Right.
But I think it's like, do you want to be the late person or do you want to be the person that got to class at least on time?
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily early, but it's fun to come to class like a little early and chat to your professors and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Opportunity.
Yeah,
School wasn't part of that.
She learned.
I would say that about
experience.
FAMU though. People. Like, there's a lot of opportunity there because FAMU is public, so, like, a lot of, like, companies come there. I won't say the same thing as Spelman, but, like, a lot of companies come there and they kind of, like, put their little foot in. I would say because I'm an art major, I don't always get to see that side. Like, I feel like if you're, like, a STEM or an SBI or, like, a business major.
What's SBI?
The School of Business.
Okay. SBI. I got you.
Yeah, so if you're a business major or anything like part of SBI, kind of see that because corporate life and all that other stuff. But I wanted to get into that, so that's why I joined BVCC, so that's Black Venture Capital Consortium. I joined them, and I just wanted to see like, what they had to offer, and also just taking advantage of like being around other students that aren't our students. So like, STEM majors, business majors, other stuff like that. And
what were the requirements? Or you just have to join the club?
You just join it.
Okay.
Because they basically do like workshops and stuff like that. And then I was a leader in one of them. I did like the UX design and stuff like that. And I did like their social media and stuff like that. I did it. let's just say that. But it was just interesting to just learn more stuff. And I feel like I got a deeper understanding of like what it means to be part of a team and like understanding like what does project management really mean, what does product management really mean. Like there are a lot of things, like at least for me, like I'll hear a word and I'll be like, oh, okay, that's something, but I don't really get what that means. And I think it's really important to like join a club to understand what something means, but it doesn't necessarily mean like that's part of your life and it makes such an impact on you. Like join to understand,
learn new things,
and if it's not for you, you can walk away, it's fine, but like join it to understand, get some knowledge, and have it in your back pocket, but like it doesn't mean you need to like act on it. And you know, it's just something to know. I'm an art major. I don't really need to know any of this stuff, but I wanted to join just to see what it's like.
Broaden your horizons.
Yeah.
She's leaving me again.
Didn't you leave for like when I was like 5 months old?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. She
right.
get it from her papa. Yeah, I did leave, but I was a knucklehead. I like listening to my daughter's experience because when I left 2 days after graduation. I already had a child, my oldest daughter, and shortly after, the beautiful queen before you was on her way, and I was getting in a lot of trouble. So I had to, right after she was born, I joined the military. A friend of the family was murdered and had some legal stuff going on campus, and I needed to get away for the summer, so I joined the military. So I left. I did my basic and my AIT down in Georgia, and I came back to you in October. Yeah.
6 months.
Right. And then I went away multiple times, 2 tours in Iraq. So yeah, she's seen, but I think that was important for people to see that you can leave home and come back. Like you're not missing out on anything, and if there's other opportunities outside of your immediate environment, you should venture out and take advantage of opportunities. So yeah, here we are. And she's leaving me again. And I know she comes back. And it's hard. It's so hard. Especially, I don't know, because I'm a dad and I have daughters. I have boys and girls. But when my daughter being away, far away, especially when she was down in Georgia. Yeah, that was 12 hours ride. It was a 12-hour ride. But that was hard for me, you know. And I know she's down there figuring it out. Sometimes there's breaks in communication, but that would be tough, and that's why I'm bald and gray. But I've learned to adjust and give her space and, be patient and take advantage or maximize when they're home. Because with this young lady, she's always got something up her sleeve, and she's gonna be away. So that's gonna be a 10-week internship, paid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the law. They can no longer do free internships. They have to be paid.
Oh, I didn't know that, but I think you should not be working for free in any capacity. I don't believe in that. I don't do that. Pay something.
Right. We have beautiful conversations, heart to hearts, and over the years, she's very intuitive, very knowledgeable, and I think that my daughter has like wisdom beyond her years. And I like talking to her. I like hearing her perspective. Even being an older guy and her father, sometimes I just want to hear her opinion on, some of the challenges that I may have. And I like to have those exchanges. I wished in the past that we could record. Again, I like to record. I like to videotape and take pictures. And sometimes I just thought it would be beneficial to others to hear some of our exchanges, and this is just one of them. And it was focused on, school and campus life and her future plans. But in closing, though, if there's anything, Idri, that you could offer some of our young students out there, words of encouragement, what would they be?
Yes, I would just offer this advice. If you are deciding to go to college, your first year is your most important year. People think it's your senior year, but your senior year is like a victory lap, honestly. Like, your freshman year is the year to literally do every single thing that comes to your brain. Join the club, join all the clubs, join them all, like talk to all of your professors, just be kind, just be nice, and just speak to them. Like, if you have a question, ask it specifically to them. Email them if you're like too shy to do it, and then maybe introduce yourself after the email and be like, hi, I emailed you, just wanted to talk to you, blah blah. All of that stuff, like, do it all your freshman year so you get it out of your system, so that way you know what you like, so that way when sophomore year comes around, you're like honing in exactly what you want to do. If you want to change something up, that's fine, but like, you're supposed to go hardest your freshman year. Like, join all the clubs. At least join like 3. Like, and then if you don't like that club, sub it out for something else, and join leadership positions. your first year, because it's so easy because you're a freshman, they're not expecting that much out of you. As soon as you hit like sophomore, junior status, and you don't have anything other than your belt, and you're like trying to apply for a leadership position on campus, what did you do? Do it your freshman year. Leadership positions and clubs. Even if you really don't like it, just do it, because it's just something you put on your resume, and then you can build up off of it. And yeah, look for internships, of course. Get paid. Have fun. I would say that. Like, don't think too harshly about this, because they say, like, you know, college is like the best 4 years of your life. They say that about high school too, but like every year is supposed to be like the best year of your life. So just live the first year like it's the best year of your life, and just continue that each year. So yeah, have fun. Don't take it too seriously, but like, you know, do the things that you want to do.
There you have it. There you have it. So again, this is my love bug, Idrianna Bowleg. Again, I appreciate you talking to me from our very first episode. This is Eye in the Sky Media. Keep your eye on the sky and your purpose on the ground. We're out.
Bye.